we had over 1 billion impressions around the world, and what we did, we generated a conversation that wasn't happening in the U.S. Now every single local media, every large media, medium-sized media in the U.S. is talking about it. So is every governor, senator, and congressman and woman, not only nationally but statewide. And the message was very clear: protectionism does not work. And that's the message we have to the American people. And we're the third largest trading partner in the world, Ontario is. And I wanted to get the message out there. We achieved our goal, and now we paused it. We didn't have to spend the $75 million I thought we would, a fraction of that, and I'll get the numbers for you shortly. But what we did, we ended up with earned media of anywhere from 300 to 400 million people in impressions. We call them views for the people at home. But I was getting constituents calling me saying their relatives in India saw it, in Italy, Portugal, Scotland. My niece in UK said it was running all over, in every outlet in the U.S. So we achieved our goal, and now we put it on pause.
Have you talked to the Prime Minister about this, and what's? I mean, he was pretty measured in Malaysia today.
Sure.
About you and about this situation. But how are relations with the Prime Minister? Are things strained now because of what's happened?
Not at all. He saw the ad before I put it out. So did his chief of staff. They both saw it, and we moved forward on it. But again, we achieved our goal. As we say, mission accomplished. It was done. They're talking about it in the U.S., and they weren't talking about it before I put the ad on. So I'm glad that Ronald Reagan was a free trader.
The Prime Minister was explicit today in saying that it was the ad that derailed negotiations which were moving ahead. With that in mind, why don't you feel you owe Ontarians an apology?
For sticking up for Ontarians? Well, let's talk about a so-called imminent deal. I've been hearing this for month after month after month, and if there was no mention about auto. It's about steel. Here, my job is to protect jobs here in Ontario. There's no mention whatsoever of auto. I feel like it slipped to the side. I'm going to fight for the auto workers, the steel workers, the manufacturing, and life science sector, all these sectors that President Trump wants to annihilate, not just our country, but in particular, he wants to take jobs from Ontario. That's what he's trying to do, and I'll keep fighting. And I'll never apologize for fighting for the hardworking people.
Danielle Smith doesn't like the ads, though.
Well, sure enough. Yeah, well, of course, Danielle Smith doesn't like the ads because she's not getting her auto annihilated, her manufacturing, her steel, her life science sector. She has a commodity called oil that the Americans need and want. So she's going to be fine. Ontario won't be fine if we sign a lousy deal. I'd rather have no deal than a terrible deal that will cost jobs here in Ontario. Well, again, if it wasn't the ad, he'd look out the door or the window, President Trump, say, oh, the leaves have turned color. Let's stop. Believe me, President Trump is not putting a deal together to benefit Canada. It's our job. It's the Prime Minister's job to get a deal that benefits all of Canada. My job is to protect jobs here in Ontario. And one sector, there's many sectors, one is their auto sector. Hide nor hair, no one's speaking about auto. I'm speaking about auto. I wouldn't ever negotiate through weakness. I'd negotiate through strength. That's what President Trump respects. He's seen the whole world roll over. I'll tell you, I'm not going to roll over. I'll never roll over from standing up for the people of Ontario. That's my job. I'll tell you one thing, President Reagan was anything but loving tariffs, as Donald Trump said. He loved tariffs. He hated tariffs, by the way. And all you have to do is look at the clips. When you see the Reagan Republicans standing up for non-tariffs against the MAGA group, there's a split now in the Republican Party. And when Democrats, Reagan Democrats are standing up, there's a split. So the best ad that ever ran.
How much less than $75 million did this cost?
Richard, I'll get back to you, but it was a lot less because we were going to run ads all the way through February. Now we put it on pause. But did we get our money worth? Oh my goodness, did we get our money's worth?
Why do you think the Ronald Reagan Foundation said it misrepresented Reagan's work?
Well, that's totally inaccurate. We did our due diligence, went to a U.S. law firm, we got it vetted, and it was all part of open domain. And
so you're not worried about their threat to sue Ontario?
Well, they can do whatever they want. They aren't going to win because it's very clear. They know it. I know it. That anything that is in the public domain is free to go out there. And we also looked up, it was unclassified. We did our due diligence. And you know something, do you know why President Trump's so upset right now? Because it was effective. It was working. It woke up the whole country. There isn't probably, unless you're living underneath a rock down there, probably there isn't one American that hasn't viewed it on social media or on television. And the whole world saw it on the World Series. They saw it on the NFL games last night. So we've achieved our goal to make sure that conversation starts with the American people and with their elected officials. And my goodness, it started all right. My main focus and my intention was to inform the American people, and we achieved that goal.